So we pulled this off to the side and said, let's look at doing let's do a signature product for and with Mr. Wade here. So one of the key things that we want to make sure was lightweight but still structural. This is a first round sample that we got back. It really started with a very simple inner booty that was as light and breathable as possible, and then we started adding skins for support. That was really the idea at the beginning of this product. And then knowing that we couldn't use the skins all the way up because of the structural and the ability to hold his foot in, we really put some synthetics and some key support elements in the upper portion. One of the other things that we did was we took the internal heel cup that you see here and we exposed it on the final version. So from sketch, the original sketch here, to final product, it kind of went through the natural evolution that Jordans do through creative process and working with the athlete, and then getting his input obviously to kind of start finishing up for stability, comfort, fit, and obviously for weight.
The key for any athlete is obviously the performance, first, of the shoe. That goes with the comfort, durability of the shoe. My style of play is aggressive. Some say reckless. I say aggressive. So you need a shoe that will be able to take that. And I felt that working with the shoe and getting the feedback to market, I felt that this shoe did that immediately. And then after that, you start going into support. For me, my ankles, make sure I have the support. And from if you see the shoe, they brought an element that was in the 2010. You call it a dog.
The dog bone.
The dog bone.
Yeah.
But the same element from the 2010 that I felt locked my ankle in.
Internal.
They brought that element into the shoe. So it was a couple things that from the 2010, from 2011 that we brought into the shoe that I'm comfortable playing in. Into this, and also the look. As you guys see when you guys go around and look at the shoes, and possibly and hopefully the Nike ID is the way that the shoe can transcend the colors. And we all know today is all about everyone wants their shoes to be able to look good off the court as well. And I think this shoe, with different colors, different ways to play with it, can look totally different. Off the court, and that's a good thing. So it's a good shoe.
You've had signatures before with Commerce. What's it mean to have your first signature with Jordan,
Well, yeah, like you said, having a signature product is always something that we dream of growing up as a kid. But, personally, I've always wanted to be with the Jordan brand. I always felt I was a Jordan athlete. So to have my first signature product with the brand, it's like right next to MJ, is awesome. It's something that a couple years ago that I wouldn't have thought would happen, but here I am today. So it's great, and what makes me more excited is that we have future goals of more signature products. So that makes me even more excited because it's going to be a little longer. So so it feels good.
Yeah, is this one of your favorite shoes now so far?
Well, it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was having a conversation with Marcus. You guys were walking in, and we were talking about some of my favorite shoes in the past to play in, or just period. And of course, when it's all said and done, your first shoe is always going to be, it's always going to be special to you. So this one would always be special to me. And I will hope that it would be special to others, as well, not just myself. When you talk about, a Jordan brand shoe, but also a Wade shoe, hopefully it'll be special to a lot of others.
When you said, I think at that party in 09, whatever it was, the years sort of blend in now, that you weren't real concerned about the signature line. Mm-hmm. Was it ever in the back of your mind that, wait a minute, I did have a signature product, how soon can I have that again? Or did it really not matter to you if this day hadn't come?
Well, at that time, I really wasn't concerned. I was, more so, I was happy. I'm in peace with it, moving over to the brand. I know how hard it was, how much time, et cetera, it took, to have signature product, at Converse. Had some good product, had some bad product, whatever the case may be. But I just was over it, at that time, but, getting around, these guys, getting around the brand, having an opportunity to work with, the Mark Smiths, the Tinkers of the world. It makes me a little easier, to have a signature product. These guys are, this brand has not succeeded because they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So it's a little different, you know, and it's became something that now that I'm excited about. But it wasn't that when I came in I was thinking about, you know, really worried about rather than say.
Talk about the placement of the logos a little bit.
Sure. You know, we kind of actually going from a kind of confident, you know, tonal branding on this one to you'll see on the final, you know, a little bigger, a little bit more bold. Hey, you know, Jordan's back, you know, and on court and kicking ass and just, and you know, again, Dwyane just being the guy who's gonna, you know, help put it out there. He mentioned it as part of a team. This is a great team. This is a great, you know, brand for a team. So high contrast, we're back, and it's just it's a great place to put it. I don't think you'll miss it.
I see it's not on there. What about the personal logo?
Well, we're going to continue working. I mean, again, as it was a transition and it's an evolution product, you know, from 2010 to 2011, we thought it was best to just continue that graphic from the ad campaign. And just incorporate it right into the product. It just feels right. It looks good.
Did you ever put on that, Dwyane? Like, you like that logo? You helped design it at all?
Well, I mean, it's not really necessarily that. I'm not looking at it. That's a logo. You know, like you said, it's part of our ad campaign. It's a part of, as I expressed, in that shoe, we've taken something out of everything from 2010 and 2011 into the ad campaigns. We put everything into the shoe, and we will keep evolving as my shoes evolve, and you know, logo, you know, will come out of that. But it's not nothing I want to force and just throw a logo. Because once you make a logo, that's yours.
Yeah,
you
like behind you.
Yeah, I mean that's a great logo. You know, so you don't want to just force nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, I have time. I'm not in a rush, so. You know, right now we thought it'd be great to play off of, you know, what we came out of from the 2011 with the ad campaign of the agent, you know, 3-3, etc. So.
It's his latest way with it so far.
A lot of people still think of the retro stuff when they think of Jordan Brand. Could you talk about how important it is for you to be playing in the newest, most up-to-date technology as opposed to the retro stuff?
I mean, the retro stuff is always going to be amazing. You know, it's like, you know, it's talking, it's amazing how, you know, to look at some sneakers that you guys are wearing, how 20-some years later it still looks awesome. It's still, you know, we still, you know, rushing out to get it, you know, etc. But, you know, eventually one day this will be retro. So you want to make sure that you know, you keep evolving. So I'm excited, you know, to be, you know, at this brand at this time. You know, Michael is not coming back. I don't think he's coming back this time. So it's our job as the next wave of athletes to make sure that we carry the brand and carry the torch, you know, for the brand that we all love, and for the player and the person that MJ is and what he did for us. So, you know, hopefully we can make this just as great a product and make it popular.
I'll make a real clear point too, and just say this is one of the coolest things about working with Dwyane is that he's anxious about moving the bar forward, not being so retro. There's always going to be bits and pieces. We were just discussing design lines and discussing product attributes that are kind of, you look at the best of, and you look at the Jordan line. He's been awesome to work with because he's looking to move the bar forward and not relying so heavily on the look and feel of a retro, for instance. But you'll always see a little something, a little nod to it because it's an evolutionary brand. But still, he's taking the game in new directions, and so we're going to do the same thing this week as well.
I don't want to ride, you know, Jordan's coat too much. I don't want to say, all right, you know what, for my first signature shoe, let me get a 3 and a 11 combined. You already done it. We got to come up with something new. We got to, you know, we want to move it forward, and so hopefully we're starting it.
Do you feel pressure with the shoe coming out now? The longer you're playing in the playoffs, I mean, the more people see the shoe, obviously you want to win regardless, but it's just another reason you kind of have to win.
Well, okay, if that's an incentive for us to keep going, I'll take it. I'm fine with it. You know, of course, you know, you don't want to have a product come out and it's only out for May.
Yeah.
You know, you want it to be seen for a while, obviously, and you know, we have big goals and big plans, and a lot of work to get to where we want to get to, but you know, hopefully, you know, where we want to get to in late June. You know, I would love to be rocking something real nice, you know, different color, back then, something a little special. So.